Hey YouTube, this is how to soft mod an original Xbox with a game save exploit using a PSP. First of all, I don't believe it matters what series of PSP you use, with the exception of the Go. I don't think you can use a Go. I was trying to soft mod it, and I was going through micro SDs, different memory cards, flash cards, hard drives. Nothing really worked. So this isn't really a tutorial how to use XBMC or how to use Explorer 360, or how to find the game save exploits, or how to use Chimp, or how to use any other app for the soft mod. This is just using the PSP. Basically I have basically all you need here. That's a fat 1000 or 1001. Like I said, you could probably use 2 or 3000. It doesn't really matter. I really don't believe it matters with the firmware you're running, whether it's modded or up to date or what firmware you're using. However, the memory card is important. You have to find something that's either specifically a 32 megabyte, or what I used is a 512 megabyte, which you see there, the little green one. The reason I recommend using the 512 is because the apps are very small files, so a lot of people will just transfer and mod the Xbox and then hook up through file transfer protocol, or FTP, like FileZilla, and transfer the other files in there. I just put the game save, XBMC, DVD to Xbox, Chimp, all these other things, the wireless DVD dongle, whatever. I put all those apps, a lot of them, into the 512, and it fits a lot of them. And then right when I mod the Xbox, I just go right to the memory card. It reads it in the file viewer, and I just transfer the files into one of the sections in the hard drive partition. So it's easier. I would recommend the 512. However, if you could only get the 32, which is very commonly found on eBay and Amazon, a lot of them come from China and they say official Sony. I wouldn't be alarmed at that. A lot of Sony stuff was produced in China. Probably the PSPs themselves were produced. That's why they made a lot of these aftermarket fake PSPs and stuff. But if you get a PSP, then you will need the other plugs I have there, which you can see, the PSP charging plug. I have a Rocketfish. I don't recommend any vendor, but you would want one that's a pretty thick, solid one. I would recommend. And then you want a cable. Simply put, it's easy to find on the internet too, obviously. Xbox controller to female USB, and they come in different sizes, and you can find those for $1.99 or something. They're pretty simple. Another thing that you'd want to remember too, Explorer 360, I got to work on Windows 7, and I was PMing a lot of people on YouTube, and I want to really say thank you to all of them that responded, and you know who you are. But most of them had they were running it on Windows 7. And I'd recommend that. I don't say it can't work on the Windows 8. I did have a laptop with Windows 8 on it, and I couldn't get it to work. And I had several versions, probably about 4 different versions, where I was running the XP edition of Windows. Genius, Dark, Professional, Home Edition. One that was in a Dell, basically tied in with a Dell Home Edition. And it would give me an error, like it was missing a file or something. So I would definitely, the way I did it was on Windows 7. That's all I can say. I don't know Home Edition or Professional. I don't think that really matters. But one last thing to say, it runs smoothly once you put the actual file transfer it into the hard drive, and there's a lot of tutorials that show you directly how to do that. But once you do that, it runs very smoothly as installing the mod and everything. You just go through the steps. One thing else I wanted to say, the power, it's a little barrel plug that goes into the bottom of the PSP. The power, when you connect the cables to the Xbox, you cannot have the power on. The power cable cannot be connected. When you connect, excuse me, I have a bad cold, so bear with me. When you connect the cable to the PC, the PSP cable to the PC, you can leave the power cable in if you want to charge it. It won't say anything. The PSP, Sony will give you an error that's basically saying it can't read the memory card and it needs to be formatted. The exact same basic thing as when you put that into the Microsoft, the Xbox, where it pops up that it doesn't read the memory card or it needs to be formatted. So it gives you basically the same thing, and obviously you want to format it when you have it in the Xbox and turn it into FATX, and you've taken the first step, and the rest is pretty simple. I'm just saying, this is for 2014. I know this works. A lot of chips that you could solder in to hard mod the Xbox, they're super hard. It's like searching for gold in California. You got to know a lot about it and hit the right pockets, because most of it's gone. It's hard to find now. They're going to be hard to locate, those chips and everything. Then also, if you watch a tutorial on modding an Xbox, you always see someone with some type of flash card or some type of other memory device that they're using. But those came out in 2004, 5, 6, whatever. We can no longer find memory cards, flash cards in 2 gigabytes or 1 gigabyte. Unless you're lucky enough to trace a used one somewhere, pick one up at a thrift store or, you know, on an internet site somewhere. But that's going to be 2 gigabytes or 1 gigabyte. I would also believe too they're going to be extremely overpriced for any type of a flash drive like that. The 32 megabyte PSP flash drive, I think that was for picture taking and whatnot, or music. But you know, they're like obsolete. But however, those do go for like $6. I'm not exactly sure what the 512s go for. I actually picked this PSP up and it had the 512 in it, so all my other memory cards are 2, or like most of them are 4, 8 or something like that. Or I use the mini SD divider and put in like 32 gigs or something like that. So again, this is for people that haven't had any luck modding or finding the right things to mod your original Xbox. If you have a PSP or have access to a PSP 1000 through 3000, and you can get a memory card 32 megabytes or 512 megabytes, a couple of cables, and a couple of simple small file downloads onto your PC, it can be done. And it opens your Xbox up, even if you don't really want it, or you use your PC or whatever, your Android based or smartphone for emulators. It still gives you the option to turn your Xbox into a powerful emulating machine, and it's pretty neat too, because the SOFTMOD makes it very similar to things that you can do on a basic PS3. Play digital videos, digital audio, and digital images, as well as some detailed settings. So XBMC is a very powerful device, and I would recommend soft modding your Xbox if you have it. I appreciate my subscribers. Any comments or any questions or anything, I'm glad if I can answer them. Again, the information is out there. Hopefully you don't ask me a question of something I've already said in this whole time on this video. But anyway, I hope this helps you, and I would like some successful comments that you did it and got through it and it was easy. And again, I did this just because it's October 2014 now. If people still wanted to choose to soft mod an original Xbox, yeah, I know the 360 is out and the Xbox One is out and blah blah blah, but still, the original Xbox, this is for if you want to soft mod it with an original PSP. It's pretty awesome. Thank you for watching. I wish you the best. Peace.